A study from the University of Birmingham has shown fewer than half its engineering students end up in engineering jobs.
Yes, that's despite repeated complaints from employers about the shortage of skilled workers. Bob Hockenhull's been investigating.
The Midlands has long been heralded as the country's manufacturing heart, but research by the University of Birmingham found 53% of engineering students get jobs in unrelated industries when they graduate. The study suggests it is not automatic that qualified engineers from universities like Birmingham here will get a job in engineering, and that's despite the perceived shortage. Take Greg White. He graduated in computer and electrical engineering, but his job is running a property letting company. The business started in 2007, has a turnover of £300,000, but has nothing to do with engineering.
Completely unrelated, although there are elements that do come in useful. The logic side of things are quite useful when you're applying sort of thought processes and thought patterns to things within the business, and but it was purely opportunity at the time.
But what of those who stay in the field that they've studied? Mohammed Issa did a chemical engineering degree and is now a design engineer in Telford. He believes some engineering courses don't adequately prepare students for high-skilled jobs.
Chemical engineering graduates end up with really very little knowledge of deep chemistry. So what I think is needed is more focus on science as well as engineering.
Mohammed is working on a project that could double the turnover of this business. His boss says he struggled to find someone with the right aptitude.
I think it's a crying shame. We have a lot of talent in this country and it goes to waste. And unfortunately, engineering is not a sexy subject anymore.
So what can we do about it? Richard Helsted is an electrical engineering graduate who is now director of the region's Engineering Employers Federation. He believes the profession needs more respect.
If we look at Germany, for example, the engineers over there are proud to put ING next to their name, and the profession is seen as a profession like a doctor and a lawyer.
Here, though, many feel there's a way to go before engineering is treated with the esteem they believe the profession deserves. Bob Hockenhull, BBC Midlands Today.
Well, yesterday's unemployment figures are pretty grim, and research shows a quarter of graduates in the West Midlands still haven't found a full-time job 3.5 years after finishing university.
Yes, we're joined now by Hannah Moran from Birmingham, who's still looking for a job after graduating in 2009 from Birmingham University. Oh, sorry, not Birmingham University. Which university was it?
University of West England.
Right. Now, business studies you've done. You've applied for how many jobs in the last year?
In the last year, easily about 80.
Incredible. And what sort of response have you got, if any?
When I do get responses, it tends to be automated email responses which say if you're not contacted within this time frame, please consider yourself as unsuccessful.
Must be really
demoralising.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can become a little demotivating, but then as soon as you have that breakthrough where you have a telephone interview or a face-to-face interview, you get that spirit straight back.
Do you know what you want to do?
I'm not 100% sure what I'd like to do. Business studies was quite broad, so I have applied for both marketing and finance jobs.
So if somebody is watching now thinking, Hannah looks a bright cookie, we might think about employing her, what would you say to them?
I'd say that I am a bright cookie and I would love to be employed. I work really hard and I'm very passionate.
And why do you think you haven't been successful so far?
Because I've been going through job sites which everybody else goes through, along with recruitment agencies. I should be targeting larger companies individually as opposed to going through other people.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck. Hannah, thanks very much for coming in and telling us your story. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Hannah.